All right, it's been about a month since we made one of these videos. This one's going to be a little bit different. Usually we're doing a beer or having a protein shake or protein bar, or we're doing some food or some nonsense like that. Well, that's not the case today. This is going to be my TRT journey. Little background, I'm 46 years old. I've been working out in one capacity or another since I was 15 years old. I've been as heavy as 230 pounds. I've been as light as 162 pounds. I'm hovering around 185 right now, and that's where I'd like to be. I'd like to be where I can get a little heavier, I suppose, if it was muscle mass. But over the past couple of years, I've noticed a decline in my workouts. The weights just seem a little heavier. It takes a little bit longer for me to recover from those workouts. And I just feel sluggish and tired and stuff like that. And I'd seen a bunch of stuff online or Instagram or TikTok about TRT and stuff like that. I went the route of trying to increase my testosterone naturally. I never really got tested either. I just wanted to go by how I felt. So I did intermittent fasting for years, whether it was 12 to 8 or 20 and 4 or whatever. They said that boost your that would boost your testosterone. I don't know if it did or not. I mean, it made me feel pretty good at the time. I was able to, I guess lose weight if you wanted to lose weight, but I really want to do that. After Rory came, it didn't make sense to be doing intermittent fasting anymore, so I kind of let that go. Since I lost a bunch of weight when I hit 30, I've always done kind of really higher protein. I like to do lower carb if I can, lower fat and stuff like that. And that's how I've maintained my weight for these, I guess, 16 years now. So the TRT thing was interesting to me. I did also every over-the-counter supplement you could try. I do DHEA, I did ashwagandha, anything to kind of up your testosterone level, I suppose, or, stay younger longer. And now that I had 3 children with my first wife that are all over, they're all adults now. They're 18, 19, and 22. And now I have Rory, and he's 3 now. So, when he is their age, it'll be 15, I'll be 61. And I don't want to be I'm already going to be the old dad. I was the young dad, now I'm going to be the old dad. So it really got me thinking about longevity and wanting to stay as young as I can, as long as I can. So I really started looking into TRT. Suzanne told me forever that I don't have low T and all this other stuff, and it was a running joke for a couple of years, but I finally pulled the trigger last week, and I went to a men's health clinic. I'd seen the things online where you could go, like it's Hone or a bunch of different stuff on Instagram, where they will just send you stuff through the mail. And, it is cheaper, like, I guess, for the blood work and stuff like that. It runs, I don't know how much cheaper it is. I know for the testosterone, it's like $45, and then for your blood work and stuff, but it's all this mailing stuff. And I didn't want to deal with that. I wanted to actually go somewhere to an actual office and speak with a medical professional about my options and, what was available out there for me. So what I did is there was a place up here in Matthews called Game Day Men's Health. And I guess it's a national kind of chain. And I scheduled an appointment, and I went in to get tested. So I got my test results. So my testosterone, the chart there, says is 0 up to 1200, optimal being 800 to 1200. In the standard range for what their little chart is, 300 to 900 is the standard range. I got a 370. So I'm on the way low end of normal. So I figure I would just pull the trigger and give it a shot. I'm at least going to do 6 months of this and see how I feel. Like I said, they do blood work your first day. And then I got my shot the first day. And they gave me 170 milliliters of testosterone cypionate. And actually, I've had my second shot now. I get them on Thursday. So it was 2 Thursdays ago, and then this past Thursday, I got my second shot. And I feel pretty good. I don't notice any real change yet. I do feel tighter, but I don't know if that's a side effect of that. I have slept pretty good the last week. I don't know if that's something about it. But I haven't noticed any real size change or anything like that. No real weight gain. But I'll have blood work again done in 6 weeks, and they'll see where my testosterone levels are at that point. But I'm on weekly injections now, 170 milliliters of the testosterone cypionate. not too bad. So for anybody wanting to try this or looking into this, I don't know if it's just my game day or it's all game days, but they also, I was in the Navy, so I'm a veteran. They do a veteran discount for the monthly, the charge. So for somebody going in there for testosterone, they take $50 off. So your blood work, your injections, whatever, it's $149 a month. That's not too bad. Your insurance ain't going to cover this stuff. Insurance companies don't care about how you feel, I guess. It doesn't really matter, so they're not going to cover this. So it's going to come out of your pocket. Unless, I've heard of some people going through the VA or going to say, they'd have to be, I think, crazy low. You know, there's a word for it, and I'm sure I'm going to say it wrong. It's called hyper or hypogonadism, where your levels are like 100 or less. You need like testosterone. So, but that wasn't the case with me. Like I said, I paid. It's a monthly fee. Now you can, for game day, you can either go to the clinic and get the shots, or they give you the stuff to do the shots at home. It's all the same price. And if it's all the same price, I'm going to have the medical professionals go down there and give me the shots. I don't want to be doing that shit at home. I'm sure Suzanne would have no problem giving me a shot. She gave herself insulin shots when she was pregnant because she had pregnancy diabetes. It wouldn't be an issue. But I'm already paying you're paying the same anyway. I'll just ride down there, every Thursday and get an injection. So, like I said, now it's been a week. So in 5 weeks, in the middle of July, I'll get my blood work to see what the effects of this amount of testosterone is going to do for me. And I guess I'll see some changes, in the upcoming weeks. At least I hope I am. I'm sure this will push me to work out a little harder in the gym. It's going to push me to watch my diet a little more. So there's going to be those changes anyway, because I'm not paying. I don't want to be wasting money for no reason. So I'm not going to be eating a bunch of donuts and bullshit and everything else. I'm also going to cut back down on my alcohol. I'm going to cut my beers down to like 1 or 2 a day. We have the kegerator, and there's a lot of. I'm sure I'd have a few beers more than I should have, but I'm going to cut down on that a little too to get the get the best results I can get out of this. So I'll check back in at the 6-week mark and see where my levels are. I think for the first one, they do them right there in the office. They take your blood, and I had my results in like 10 minutes. But I guess they send it out to LabCorp after that to keep your blood, to get all your results and everything else. But they did tell me that my sugar was good and my PSA was good and stuff like that. So that's good. I don't really get a lot of blood work. I don't go to the doctor that often because I don't really feel sick. I'm not sick at all or anything like that. I probably should go to the doctor more often, but I don't. But ananyway, and you give you your hemoglobin levels and stuff like that. I guess part of it's going to be when you take testosterone, your red blood cells are going to go up. So, you're just going to be thickening of the blood. So they want to check that as well. So I might just start taking a baby aspirin a day just to keep the, blood flowing. I don't need any fucking strokes or heart attacks. I don't know if that's a real thing. I'm not a big fan of, injecting a bunch of nonsense or taking pills in general. So it's a little concerning, but nothing crazy. A lot of people are on TRT, so we're going to see how that goes. So I will check back in about 6 weeks. The day at the clinic, even though the morning when I worked out, I weighed in at about 183 pounds and change, but when I was fully dressed and after I'd eaten, I weighed in at the clinic at like 188. So we'll see if my weight goes up. I would like, honestly, if I could get up to like 195, but like I don't want a gut or anything like that. That'd be awesome. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not going to do the before and after. If somebody wants like before and after pictures, I guess I could do that. If anybody has any questions or wants any questions for me about this process or anything like that, by all means, hit me up. And we'll do a beer review, I'm sure, soon, one of these days again. Not that we've stopped drinking or anything like that. So, anyway. All right. So, I don't know. I'll update you all in about 6 weeks. Maybe it'll be good. Maybe it won't. We'll see. All right. Thanks.